Hello everyone, welcome to our tutorial video. In today's tutorial we are cover the following: an overview of FSHud air traffic control version 2 application, starting from the very basic, including all settings and how to set up in-game application, common issue users face and how to solve them, detailed voice effect settings to enhance your experience, traffic settings and how to configure them for optimal performance. We will walk you through each section of the menu and explore the application in detail. Let's get started. As you can see, this is the application interface, and we are going to go over each section step by step. In the application panel, you will see the Open in Browser button. Click on it, it will open the application in your default web browser. Next, we have the Open on another device option. Here you will see a port number displayed. By clicking Add Windows Firewall Rules, a QR code and URL will appear. You can scan the QR code with your phone or a tablet, or simply enter the URL manually to access the panel from another device. And now let's move to the Microsoft Flight Simulator panel installation configuration. Clicking on this will show you two paths for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. If you see the Install panel option, click it and then restart the simulator to complete the setup of FSHud air traffic control panel. Next is the port configuration section. Check the port number and make sure the status is running and displayed in green. This indicates that everything is functioning as it should. Next, the classic pop-up option, which you can see in the application panel. When this option is enabled, it allows you to use a more traditional pop-up window for FSHud air traffic control in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This feature is particularly useful for those who prefer a simplified interface or need quick access to ATC control without using the main in-game toolbar. You can toggle this option on or off depending on your preference. Below that we have the knowledge base section. This is a useful resource where you will find all our tutorial videos and guides to help you with the Microsoft Flight Simulator traffic control. Another important section is support, where you can click to open a ticket if you encounter any issues. Now let's move to first launch of FSHud air traffic control application panel in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We start with general settings. Here you can configure automation option. For example, if you would like to COM channels or transponder to change automatically, ensure the boxes are ticked by default. If you prefer to handle this manually, simply untick the boxes, allowing you to switch frequencies or transponder yourself. Once done, click Continue to move forward. The next section is Devices, where you can select your playback device, such as headphones or speakers, for audio output. Similarly, for the recording device, you can choose your microphone. In the voice section, you can select the Copilot voice that will interact with the ATC. There are multiple voice options to choose from.
This is the voice test.
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 And if you have additional SAPI voices installed on your system, you can integrate them here. Below that is the radio effects section. These sliders allow you to adjust the level of radio effects applied to different sources, including your Copilot, ground station and traffic aircraft on scale from 0 to 100. Finally, the command section, you can adjust the voice tempo, which controls the speed of the speech. By default, it's set to 110, but you may want to reduce it to 105 or even 100 for a slower pace. The traffic volume slider adjusts the loudness of the air traffic communication. Once you have made your adjustments, click Continue to proceed. Next, let's move to the Input Assignment tab. The key features here is the Push to Talk option. You can assign a key or a button to activate communication with ATC. To do this, click on the Assign button next to either keyboard or a joystick. and then press the key or button you want to use. As you can see, I have just assigned my key and it's now displayed in the field. You can also assign keys for various flight menu options, giving you flexibility for in-game navigation. Once you have set everything, don't forget to click Continue. Next, let's move to the weather source section under General Settings. Here you can configure your pressure units. In the weather source drop-down, you have two options: Online and Active Sky. If you have purchased Active Sky, you can select it here to use its detailed weather data. Once you have made your choice, click Continue to proceed. Now let's move to the traffic setting section. Here you can manage the traffic source and other traffic related options. Under traffic source, you'll find three options for a simulator traffic: enable, remove and ignore. Enable allow FSHud air traffic control to manage all traffic within Microsoft Flight Simulator, overriding the default traffic. Remove is disable all the traffic inside the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Ignores means FSHud air traffic control will not interact with the traffic at all, leaving the simulator's traffic as is. Below that, you can enable or disable specific traffic sources such as BGL, AG and external injectors depending on your setup. You'll also find options to adjust the traffic amount, which includes sliders for parking aircraft and active aircraft. These settings control how many parked and active aircraft are displayed in the simulator. As you can see, we don't have any COM1 or COM2 frequency because our aircraft is power off. But anyway, we can select the flight plan and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Over here we just type your departure airport. For now it's Echo Golf Sierra Sierra. Let's select runway 2. Then find a route. And for example, Lima Echo Bravo Lima, it's Barcelona. You can choose any runway also. And the FSHud air traffic control will calculate a route from gate to gate and we just press start flight. Now our flight is loading. You can see the route, departure gate for 2 Alpha, then via Charlie Sierra and runway 22. I mentioned before our aircraft is power off, so you will not see any frequency, and if you press on the tune stance clearance will not happen anything. So we need to go to our aircraft and power on. But before that, let's cover common issue users face and how to solve them. When you press the push to talk button, you might hear sound instead of transmitting your message. This happens for one of the following reasons. Flight plan is not loaded. Ensure you have the flight plan loaded before attempting to communicate with the ATC. Somebody is speaking right now.
Expect Delta Echo Tango Romeo departure runway 22. Initial climb 5.
ATC or another pilot may already be transmitting on the same frequency, so you need to wait until the channel is clear. You are on the wrong frequency. Double check that your radio is tuned to the correct frequency for your current communication. By addressing this issue, you'll be able to transmit your message successfully. Also, you can talk to ATC even if the application panel is not visible. So you can stay focused on your flight. Boeing 5 Delta requests IFR clearance to Barcelona with information. India at gate 42.
Boeing 5 Delta cleared to Joseph Tarradellas El Prat. Expect Delta Echo Tango 2 Romeo departure runway 22.
As we power on our aircraft, as you can see, COM1 and COM2 is pop up and COM1 is stance clearance. Clicking on it, you will see it's open with the closest frequencies to us, and also you can use the search to search any airport you would like to listen for. Let's now move to COM2, where we are tuned into stance status. As you can see, COM1 remains tuned to stance clearance, while COM2 is set to stance status.
Stance status. Information Bravo 1149.
Wind 2090 degrees at 30 knots.
allowing us to listen to the weather and airport information. If you would like to switch off COM2, you can do this directly from the COM station panel in your aircraft. Simply switch to a different frequency as I'm demonstrating in the video. As you can see, once we change the frequency, COM2 is no longer active. Next, let's move to option 1, which one is a hint for clearance to Barcelona. If we click on it, you'll see the full message that ATC is expecting from us, along with the correct pronunciation as a helpful hint for how to say it. Additionally, there is an auto transmit button. If you don't want to speak the message yourself, you can press it and your copilot will transmit the message for you. In this case, I will be using my own voice. But before that, let's click on the pencil icon next to the Boeing Sierra Papa Uniform 189er to modify our call sign. As you can see, the screen displayed the tail number, call sign and the flight number. Let's change it to 5 Delta, so for now on we'll refer to ourselves as Boeing 5 Delta. Also, I will show you how to import flight with your SimBrief flight. As you can see, you simply type your SimBrief username and then press import. This will load your flight plan. In this case, you have imported a flight plan from Stansted to Dublin. Once everything is set, just press start flight and your flight plan will appear ready to go. If you click on change departure settings, you'll see options to adjust your parking spot, departure runway and departure seat. Once you have made your adjustment, simply press apply to save them.
Boeing 5 Delta, clear to Joseph Tarry Dallas El Prat. Expect Delta Echo Tango 2 Romeo, departure runway 22. Initial climb 5000. Then is filed. Squawk 6551.
So I have just requested IFR clearance, and now we'll return to the settings and sound section. Here I'll adjust the ground station radio effect to 40. As you'll hear, the settings apply radio effects to the communication, giving it a more realistic sound. Additionally, as you can see, the Copilot option is currently disabled. If you enable it, all communication will be automated and your Copilot will handle all the talking for you if you prefer not to speak.
Boeing 5 Delta, readback is correct. When ready, contact Stansted ground 121.73.
Now you can hear the voice from the ground station with the radio effects set to 40. Next we'll go back and reset all the radio effects to 0 and I'll communicate with the ATC myself so you can hear how it sounds without any effects.
Boeing 5 Delta, push and engine start approved.
As you can see, you can adjust the settings to fit your preferences and create the experience that works best for you. Next, let's move to the injected traffic section. As you can see, we currently have 7 active and 12 parked aircraft, and from here you can see a departure and destination. In the upper section, you'll notice our route display. Essentially, this is the route from gate to gate. You can see the full path you are expected to follow, including the departure and arrival procedures, as well as the assigned gate to your destination airport. Thank you for watching our tutorial and see you soon.